Guys, how we doing? Let me know that the audio's okay. So I hope you're watching Open. Got it on here in the background. Sky Sports. And what an exciting round of golf we've got here. So we're into the fifth. Cameron Young. Third shot, he's got a tricky bunker shot. And we've got Facebook as well. Facebook, guys, GRF, how are we doing? Hope you're watching the Open. Just thought I'd invite you into my office and watch the Open with me. Just give me a thumbs up to make sure the audio's okay. And fire your comments in. Let's have a chat. Let's watch it together and let's see if they can catch Mr. Harman, because he seems to be just faltering a little bit. Just drop me a thumbs up. Just comment that the audio's okay. And fire your questions in, guys. And you can chat with me while we're watching the golf. Bill, Darren, Ian, Bingo Golfer, Al, Jonathan Pierce on YouTube. Good to see you guys. Hope you're enjoying it. McIlroy firing his second into 11. Just hung on to the fringe. That's good edge of the green. Pin eye, good shot that. He's just pulling it a bit left, isn't he? Just hanging on to it a little bit. Audio fine, Sid. Thank you very much. You're probably going to get a bit of a side-on view of me because I'm watching the golf on this screen. But fire your questions in. The real test with the weather, they had it. They had the look in the they had it in the first 3 rounds. The weather was very favourable, wasn't it? But today, the advantage with the weather like this is it softens up a bit, so it's giving them a bit of an advantage for the guys chasing. Massive putt here for par. I mean, he's a solid putter, isn't he? That par he made yesterday, that save on 18 was a ballsy putt and kept everything solid. I'm sure he slept better last night, although I'm not sure how well you can sleep leading the Open, even though he's got a nice little comfort blanket of a few shots, but they can soon fritter away, can't they? We've seen it all before. Here he goes. Quite a bit of break on this as well. Oh, so just missed it, high side. I can tell from the camera that the camera lens that it's the rain's coming down, and they've all got the brollies up, so it must be coming down quite heavy. Down to 3 now with the gap. This is getting tighter. And Hoylake, it's a place I know well. In 2014, when Rory won, I was actually coaching a player there. He was a local lad. So amazing experience for me as a coach. He was a qualifier. He'd won qualifying, and it was an amazing week. Unfortunately, he didn't make the cut, but just to experience the Open Championship from inside the ropes was amazing. And so it really is a special event. They all want to win this one more than the others, to be fair. They often allude to that. Cameron Young, this is the guy I had my money on, and he's dropped one. But the Rahm now, he's chasing. You're absolutely right, Sid. Anybody's game now, to be honest. I know it's got a 3-shot lead, but it's the psychology of it, isn't it? It's the mentality and the conditions. So it's like, who's got the grit and determination? Ben, what would you suggest for a good warm-up before playing around? I mean, there's a lot going off behind the scenes that we don't see before they even get to the practice round. So they're stretching, they're doing some activation stuff. They may even be talking to their psychologist a lot of the time, or going through psychology kind of prep, and then they're onto the practice ground, warming up through the bag. It's business as usual, to be honest, when they're warming up. Just turn that volume down a minute. So it's business as usual when they're warming up. It's kind of another day in the office. They're not trying to change the kind of the psychology and the physiology too much. They want to be just, it's a standard operating system that they want every day, every tournament. So it's just another tournament for them. It's another week, but obviously it isn't. So it's almost like an elephant in the room. But psychologically, they have to be very, very strong. So this is like chasing now is probably the place you'd want to be, isn't it? It's a 3-shot lead now in these conditions. It's one hole, and that can be gone. So I think it just shows the conditions are getting tougher. Those fairways are going to start shrinking a bit. I mean, Brian Harman's an awesome golfer, isn't he? He really is. But he's getting twitchier. Have you noticed yesterday? He's having more waggles than Sergio Garcia used to have. He's kind of getting really twitchy. Now that's his natural demeanor, and there's nothing wrong with getting ready, but it's interesting how the pressure ramps up, the waggles start to increase in number, and things start to feel a bit edgier. He's putting with a shovel, but it works, Darren. Yeah, it's like a spaceship what he's putting with. But it's like the Starship Enterprise. It goes where it wants it to. If he wins, he deserves it because his putting has been unbelievable. It has. It's been rock solid. But here's McIlroy for birdie, just skimmed it. Look, we know how emotional the English guys are. It's McIlroy, Fleetwood. I think Fleetwood's got a great chance because of the local, because he's from Bootle. He's played West Lancs. He's a local lad. The first time I ever saw him close up, I was the head coach for Nottinghamshire. We played in a competition called the Four Counties, and it was Nottinghamshire against Lancashire, Cheshire, and Shropshire and Herefordshire played as one county. And Tommy was playing in that, and it was the last year of being under 18, and so it's a long time ago. And we beat them. And our top pair went out against Fleetwood and his playing partner, and managed to get. It was just an unbelievable round of golf, and probably a rare loss for Fleetwood, but amazing to see a play like that. It was off like +5, I think, or something like that. It was unbelievable golf, and it was round there, Caldy, in the Liverpool area, so it was like a local track for them. So we were going away into their backyard, and it was amazing that. But the reason I mentioned that is just watching him at such a young age play and having just been a standout. And obviously his career's gone and like that, and he's got a chance, hasn't he? He's played himself into contention. But we know the English guys, they were emotional with it, and sometimes your strengths are also your weaknesses. So it's kind of those don't. So it's been, here's Stenson's. Oh, I just pulled it. Decent showing though. 3 under. Rahm. They're all aiming at that. I think they're trying to just cut it off that tower. Yeah, they're all aiming at that, just off that camera tower with a cut. But there was only like an 8-mile-an-hour wind. It's probably dropped. There's no real wind there, is there? It's just nothing's flapping around. It's just very calm. So they don't mind that. If it's calm and just a bit drizzly, no problem. He's a solid performer, isn't he, Stracker? He's a man on form. Just knocked it in, plays with that steady draw. Stuart Sink, past champion. Nice showing, level par. So there is, I mean, Hoylake, what a golf course. Royal Liverpool is a fantastic course. And what do you think to that 17th, guys? What do you think what they've done to that? Very tricky, isn't it? I mean, they're only going in with a wedge. It's a flick for these guys, but nevertheless, they have to think twice. And I think that could be a bit of a decisive hole later on, because once you start getting a bit nervy, you never know. But you're going to see it's the strongest mind, and the guys who can pull out that bit of magic when needed, that's going to win. It's kind of you've got to have that. These guys have got that X factor. You know, these guys, Rory now on the tee, they're capable of anything. Well, it's kind of that's if we can actually see through this camera lens. Not his favourite hole, bogey par bogey this week. And it's another uncomfortable follow through, but sometimes that's misleading. But I think he's leaked it off to the right, that one, which is all right. He's still on the fairway, but looked like he was on the fairway as it just crept off. But looks like he's just fine. He's just a bit uncomfortable. He's been just overdrawing it. Par 3 earlier, just overdrew. He finished in the bailout area, though, didn't short side himself. Here's Tommy. Drawing it in. 2-2-3, 9th hole. Oh, he's got a kick off to the right. But brilliant clubbing, pin eye. So, yeah, that's good coming from there. From slightly off, just off the right of the hole. That's good. Par 3, 6. Brian Harman. But yeah, going back, Rory's been just drawing it, and then you can see there's a couple that he starts to just. It's the overcompensation, just trying to hold it a bit. Mark, I've got my vino in and settled in for the afternoon. Awesome. I've got my cup of tea. Starting a beer later, maybe. I thought I'd chat to you guys first. Let's see if we've got any questions. But before that, as Harman got the kahunas to hold this one, it's quite a big one. 14 foot. What a putt. Woo! That settles things down a little bit, doesn't it? Oh, is he going to break a smile? I don't think I've seen him smile yet this week. His face nearly cracked then. I think we can let him off there with the amount of pressure he's under. He's been there and thereabouts, hasn't he? A couple of seconds this year. He's been good. Will the GRF studio move to the new driving range at Morsham when it opens? Yes. X5 Owl. Yes, it will be. With hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. Do I think Fleetwood and McIlroy have the advantage in these conditions? I think they're all good. I think they're all amazing in any conditions, to be honest, these days. Interesting what Radar, I mean, Sky Sports guys, if you watch it on Sky Sports, Radar is the man for commentary. And what a bloke as well. Just an absolute character, isn't he? These two play at very different paces, Young and Harman. This is something else they have to contend with. There's a lot of stuff that we have to contend with. It's all the same. They have to contend with it too. They're just seasoned pros at it. Has he got it? Getting. Oh, my bet is kind of staying alive. Ram, come on, Ram. 183, 7th, second shot. Flag on the left, drawing it in off that lie. Ball slightly above the feet, play with the lie. Got to be coming in from the right, especially with that flag. So they're not taking that flag on. They're going to be just right of the flag in case they don't quite strike it because there's a bunker in front of the flag. It's a sucker pin on a final day. So they're going to be playing just right of that. So if they're 3 or 4, if they just miss it, it's, I mean, these guys strike it flushed out. But if the wind gets up or something happens, they're not bringing in those unknown errors. Strack, wow, 7 under. They're all starting to push now. Harman, I wonder if he's a leaderboard watcher. He's going to be he's going to have a sense. He's got to keep pushing, but is he going to get defensive? He strikes me as a guy. I mean, he's just knocked that one in, and but he's 1 over today. He strikes me as maybe being a bit conservative with his play, but he's definitely not being conservative to get himself into this position. So it's like, it's like I'm a Man City fan, and for my sins, but I say sins, it's like unbelievable what's happened obviously over the last decade and so. But watch City in the Champions League, watch him get there. Obviously, up to the last season, up to this season just gone, but previously, the nearly men getting there in the Champions League and then playing a different kind of game, almost rabbit in the headlights sometimes. And we see that in all sports, and golf's no different. It's like, what happens when that pressure starts to ramp up? We all feel it in our monthly medal on a Saturday, Sunday. You're a few under early on. What do? Do you start to go back into your shell, or do you continue to keep playing the way you've been playing that got you into that position and just manage it in your mind, just manage it and still play aggressively, but play more to a conservative game plan. So you can still have an aggressive approach, but but it's a 3-wood instead of a driver. You can hit, but still play aggressive. So you can be playing aggressive into big landing areas and big parts of the green, taking out those unnecessary errors. Rahm's definitely coming for him. I'm not sure if they've played the 17th, Glenn. Fleetwood for birdie on the 9th. Come on, Tommy. Let's see if he can knock this one in. Oh, nearly.
On the tee set. Got the module back. Staying a little bit too straight.
Oh, Cameron, you just held on there. That's good. Hold on to the fairway. Okay. Someone said previously, I sent a question how to check our club shaft is weight is suitable for us. Is it based on swing speed chart? Need to see a fitter about that one. Definitely see a fitter. They'll be going to be able to give you far better advice than I can.
Rough there. I don't think he's done really well. Just enough. You can see that course was less than 5 yards away from his ball, but it's perfect now. It's Michael
Rory, I wonder what lie's got there. Second shot on the 12th. Oh, he's kicked off into the Gunga Din. He's off in the heavy stuff, the elephant grass on the right. All depends what he's got there. He's chopping it out with a wedge. Yes, David, I know. You can play great on the front 9 and the devil on your shoulder starts to tell me this can't be continue. I know. We've all experienced it in some way, shape or form. 25 putter for John Rahm for birdie. This guy, when he gets that steely look in his eye, that Latino spirit.
Start turning. Oh,
nearly. Now this guy, Stracker, he's a man on form and he's busting it, and he normally plays quite a strong draw, doesn't he? And it's just a little draw. He's got that. I mean, it's like a Tom Lehman kind of character that just plays that draw in, slings it in, but it's obviously not a massive slinger. He's got that under control, but this looks really neutral. Oh, Rory's just. This could be unfolding for Rory. He's got to hold this. He's got like a 6-footer left. He wasn't going to get a check out of that lie. Foxman, Craig Fox, how we doing? Max Homer, what a character that guy is. Comes across really well, doesn't he, on social media and stuff. He's ace. What a player. Tommy, see the target. Bosh. Playing with his draw. Smashes it. 4.97, 10th. It's a real good stretch, this, round the turn. Because round the turn, you go back up the hill and it's some sharp dog legs, some really tricky holes that if you're just offline on the tee, there's some bunkers to catch you out. Anything can happen on this back 9. I mean, it's the same on any open or major championship. the back nine is the business end, isn't it? If these players are in with a shout, anything can happen. So, I mean, 4 shots, it's not that much. It's a couple of holes in it. Rosner, what a great putt. So, who's my money on now? It was on Cameron Young, or is on him. But there's a couple of good bets each day on Sky Bet. They were giving you some of those like little trying to hook you in. And a couple of I'm not a massive gambler, but I like to have a little bit on the sports, especially golf. And they were giving you like evens on Rory and his partner to make par or better on the first. I had that every day, and it was like coming in every day. It was just to give basically pays for your initial stake, I think. So who's your money on, guys? Do you think Harman's going to do this? Or is Rahm or Straka going to come up behind now? So interesting. One of the guys the other day was showing me that slow motion of Cameron Young. You just watch these guys. That they have got that club behind in the sequence so far all the time. Look at that divot. This guy's striking is immense. Just leaked it out. See that bunker on the left? They're trying to avoid that. And don't leave himself short-sided. Nice chip and run up. Leaving himself in it. This is something we can learn from these guys. They play the course so well. Come on, Rory, he needs this. He's got to go. He's got it. So it keeps him with a sniff. But he's putting. It's all down to the putting at this level, but the putting is so key. Looked a good swing from Harman, second on the 7th, 194. Oh, nice shot. What a shot. Below the hole, just to the right of the flag, safe spot. They're picking the spot so well. If you relate this to how you play, think about your golf course and what would your perfect round be, avoiding trouble. Get a course planner or draw it out, and every hole, where would you line off the tee be? Where would you line into the green be? Taking a flag away from it and just going into a safe part of the green.
In this instance, out there battling the elements, enjoying the battle against the golf course.
They are now knuckling down, these guys. They're showing some grit. I mean, this is what they play it for. This is why we all play, isn't it? It's John Rahm now. Party every day. Knee bend there. Might be a bit iffy. Gone left on him. Yeah. It's all right, though. It's not bad rough up there. It's just the spin control for these guys. But that's one thing that this is helping them with. The weather, it's damp, the greens. It's not so fiery coming out of that rough. So if they do get a flyer, then it's not that, depending on obviously how bad the lie is and how much green they've got to work with, it's not as bad as normal, like the first 3 days where it's hot, but they're striking so well and the greens have been receptive that these courses are so good. But this might just make it more of a dartboard than a run it in and kind of relying on the lucky bounce a little bit. What about the Fitzpatricks, eh? Alex Fitzpatrick, what a guy he is. I mean, he's always been a star. Even before he's got to this stage, he's a star. He's a tour star in the making. He's always been that. He's a phenomenal player and went to America. Brilliant player. I think that Harman will bring it home. Course sharps, its shape. The course shape suits a lefty in this weather. Rob, yes, it does. They've been talking about that this week. It does. That fade, his draw, that left to right for him. It's a faders course, generally Hoylake, but it's a couple on the back nine. That's why Rory, it's kind of, he's overdrawn a couple, hasn't he? Then he's been mindful of that. It's, This is what you practice for, isn't it? This is what we practice for. 4 strokes behind the leader. Yes, Muzzamir, yeah. Ian's hoping Fleetwood can recover. X5 Owls, Rahm for me. Harman to fold late in the round. So get your money on Rahm. That's what Al's saying. So I'm not sure. But it's going to be an interesting one. Fancy Cam Young to come through, Mike. Yes, that's where my money is. I just think he's that good and he's due one and he's got the minerals, that boy. He's good. Well, they obviously, but he's due one at some point. McIlroy, tee shot 203 on the 13th. 120-foot apex. That's so if you heard what he just said, that was on Sky, got behind him, flipped the hands, just managed to save it and hold it. He's talking about him early releasing a little bit. I mean, we're talking a couple of minuscule degrees. These guys are so good, but nevertheless, they experience the same things as us. These guys. Oh, he's got the flyer, John Rahm. But you see, look, pitches the green. He wanted to sit down. He's got what, a 12, 14 footer, and it landed and stopped because these greens now, they're going to help him. That was coming out of the fairly thickish rough. And he thought he got it really hot. So this is playing into the guy's hands coming up because they can be more aggressive. But Harman, wow, he's just birdied. He's just raked it in. Is he going to smile? Oh, no, still no smile. Still no smile. Can you believe it? That boy is like Iceman. Didn't even give him a fist pump to his caddy. How's his caddy feeling? That's an hard job, isn't it? Well, not so much at the minute. In this weather, is it best to flight the ball down or to club up for amateur players? Club it up. Clubbing up, bit damp, and you can pitch it up because the ball's going to land softer. Flighting the ball down, you got to play for some run. In these conditions, the ball's not rolling out as much. So definitely flighting it. So that's why these guys can attack the numbers. Cam Young for par. Solid. We're still alive. His to lose, Andy. It is his to lose now. 5 shots in front. I mean, got to tip your cap, haven't you? So it's kind of Stracker's in here. Birdie put on 10. It's from a long way out. It's a chance. It's speculative. He's left it short online as well. Left it short online. It's like they're the ones that give them a few sleepless nights afterwards. At least if they get it past the hole, they've got a chance. Oh, Tom Kim, what a play. He's a character, that guy, isn't he? 6 under. The pack is coming up now. It's all starting to bunch up. But hopefully they're not all playing for second. He's really kicked on. Just saying he had a couple of bogeys early on and then he's turned it around.
Battle his way back into the mix.
But they really need a helping hand from Harman, really, to be honest. It's it's in his hands. It really is.
As I said, he's just been playing quite beautifully fairways and greens. Rolled a couple of putts in around the turn. And lo and behold, he's neck and neck with his partner.
Got to put Grillo here from another postcode. Birdie port 13th, but they're showing it for a reason. Oh, it's a good effort. Normally when they show those long ones, it's because they normally rake him in, don't they? Some guy from a bit further back, but he's not that far back. He's on 500, so he's in the hunt. Harman, what's he like? Got big dog out. He's 194th waggle. Here he goes. He's twirled it. He's looking. He's like this. He's wanted to keep it back in. But he's down the middle. That guy's looking rock solid. But giving it that stuff, if you were to bet on just his body language, you just thought he'd missed the fairway. But he's kind of looks are deceiving, aren't they?
Plenty of pace, just slight misread, but a good roll, a very good roll.
I'll finish the sentence. I agree with his first win in 8 years recently. Charles Challenge.
13th McIlroy birdie. It's got to go. And it's from downtown. Oh! And yeah, he's almost on his knees there after that. He knows that's got to be the worst jacket I've ever seen, though, McIlroy, to be fair. That's got a proper granddad jacket on. For all you granddads out there, that beige jacket, what a Nike doing with that? That combo he's got is not the best. You think on a Sunday it'd be Bobby Dazzler gear, wouldn't you?
You can't believe it. He gave it his all. He's given it his all.
There's been some rare outfits, to be fair, especially Lindenberg. They've been throwing some stuff out there on Hovland. Oh, Straka. You see, here we go. Misses a short one, drops back to 6. It's that.
He'll be so disappointed with that stroke.
It's that back 9 kicking in.
Just put down has come up on the scoreboard and maybe taken a bit of life out of the heart of some of these players. Tough to do it this man though. He'll fight right to the end. But they put it 8 to get to 8.
Ram. Here he goes. Birdie putt to get to 8 under. This might just send a bit of a shockwave across the course. Got to be a putt he fancies. It's got a hint. It's virtually straight. It's gone left to right. Oh, he started it too far left. It was basically straight. I honestly even saying, yeah, a hair, a smidge left to right. It was straight and get it to finish a foot behind the hole. Ah, nearly. Jason Day's coming. He's going to hold it in. They're not showing that for no reason. He's up to 6 under. The pack is hunting. Harman. Look at him. He's classy, all in black, white cap, white shoes. He's got the waiter's outfit on. What a shot. Yeah, Adam Scott does play some strange gear, mate. Yeah, he looks he dresses like he's 30 years older than he actually is as well. Barry Hurst, Harman has had experience in these situations before, makes the task a little easier, but major events have to wait. So yes, Baz, definitely experience is the key in this. Experience, been there, done it. And a lot of these guys, it's the old battle wounds, isn't it? The scars. McIlroy's never been the same since that tee shot at the Masters when he gassed the Masters. He's never been this. He's obviously an amazing player. He's had it's just won majors, but nowhere near us. He's always looked right on the top when it's like he's capable of winning anything he plays in and does still win his fair share. But when you just know it's a bit like Westwood with his putting. Westwood should have won loads of majors. We know that. He knows that, doesn't he? Doesn't need us to say that. And still a great putter, by the way. But when it gets down to the crunch, do you have your money on him from 5 foot? Do you have your money on McIlroy from 5 foot? Or do you have your money on someone like Harman from 5 foot? Hi, Jeff, who am I pulling for? Cameron Champ's the one I have some money on. Sorry, Cameron Young. Sorry, Cameron Young. Harman, second shot, 153.
Sounded a nice strike, always not too far.
Just over it, probably a bit of adrenaline. Also, just don't want to be bringing in that front bunker. So long's better than short. Also, you can get a bit of moisture on that ball because obviously there's no preferred lies. The ball's wet now. So a bit of moisture between the club face and the ball gives you less spin and you just get that extra bit of distance. So they've got that to contend with, but the greens are softer. The softer greens today, it's a massive advantage. So it's an advantage for the guys attacking because they can play aggressively to the number. Also for Brian Harman, he's able to play for the bigger areas and hold it. So two different game plans really going on.
How deeply they must connect with their inner strength to overcome these obstacles. We know how long.
So yeah, guys, it's
and how far pure talent can take it.
they've just shown Tiger Woods at Pebble Beach. Can you remember that? When, if you know the story that he only had one, it was his last ball, but he didn't know. Steve Williams, his caddy, didn't tell him. He'd run out. He basically used all his balls in his bag, so he probably not his fault. He probably not replenished the balls in the bag, in his golf bag. And as you know, if you run out of balls in a tournament, you're disqualified. So Tiger's leading. He's leading Pebble Beach. He's leading the major. By, I think it was like 10 shots. I can't remember, but it was like a massive amount. And he's going down the last. He's on the tee, and Steve Williams is trying to give him a 2-iron, or a 3-wood, I think. And Tiger's gone, no, I want the driver. He's thinking he's all right. He's got a massive shot lead. He's got a bag full of golf balls. If no problem. Unbeknown to him, if he'd have gone in the water and lost that ball, game over. Steve Williams, how are you feeling when Tiger's got that driver? Obviously, he's red hot and he's on form. You probably just trusted him to bust it, but there's still the 1% chance, isn't there? I mean, wow. And obviously Tiger went on, knocked it on, and he was like, he finished it out in style, didn't he? But oof, they are squeaky bum times. Who would be your outsiders for the Europe Ryder Cup team? Great question, Alex. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. It's a very different looking team, isn't it, than what we used to. I'll come back to you on that one. What do you think? What would your team be? Just post it up on there on the comments. What would your team be? The game's just not the same. Tiger's on here now. It's just not the same without Tiger, is it? We need someone to come through. There's a few who are there potentially. John Rahm after his second round.
Two or three amateurs to win the Open were Hoylake members, John Paul Jr. and Harold Hilton. He did win the first playing here in 1897.
It's kind of
Bobby Jones also victorious here.
We've got John Rahm is the kind of guy who's got that. McIlroy, obviously, he's been there for years. Golf needs that guy. He needs a new Tiger Woods. Be great to get Padraig in it. It would be awesome, Andy. Padraig made the tee. What's your thoughts on Ben Hogan's 5 lessons? Nicholas, thanks for that. 5 lessons. Oh, Rahm. Missed it, left. Cam Smith coming up. The last year's champion. I was there last year. What an amazing place St Andrews. Has never been before, and what a place. If you've never been there, get yourselves there, guys, at some point, because there's just a feel about the place. I was a little bit kind of skeptical, really, about just not knowing what to expect, the hype of it. And then when I got there, obviously it was an Open as well. You really feel it. McIlroy, birdie par, so always played a big shape on that. Going for a big one then. And he's bombed it. 459 down there. He's got to be hitting that, 330 down there. It's a flick in for these boys. 459 yards, and they're just flicking it in, basically, with the second shot. It's a different game. Harman.
Very impressive bounce back after
Birdie putt. I mean, he's on a roll. He's seeing this hole's as big as a bucket for Brian Harman. And he's just talking about buckets. It's the dustbin lid, putting it inside 3 foot, tap it in, get off that hole, onto the next. It's another one chalked off. He's just got to get chalking those holes off, hasn't he? Cam Smith for a birdie putt on the last. I guess he gets it. Oh, no. He's the guy you wouldn't bet against on any putt. But yeah, St Andrews, back to that. What a place. Never played it. Walked around it. Spent a bit of time there last year, and it was a definite bucket list place. And if you get the chance to go, guys, it's just got a certain atmosphere that's just, well, it's just unique. John Rahm, not bad. He's just overrun it to that edgy distance. Just overrun it up the hill. I mean, you know what it's like putting up a hill when it hits the level surface. Obviously, it shoots on. I mean, how they judge it, it's unbelievable because they've got different grades of grass to go through too. Come on, Cam Young. Blipped out, right edge, looked in all the way. They're the differences, aren't they? Is Harman Ricky Ponting in disguise? Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever seen him in the same room together, them two. Here's McIlroy in his nice beige outfit, all vanilla. Right to left, left the hole. Beautiful shot. What a golf shot. With a bit of draw, that must have been starting bang on the pin, and it's just finished. Yeah, 10 foot left. Just needs something to get him going. Once he gets that crowd going, you know what McIlroy's like, fist pumping and everything. He's off and running. Rahm needs this par just so the wheels don't start falling. Missed it left. Missed it left. Hanging on. Not releasing. Hold it. You know what it's like. They all do it too. I was wondering if you put Stracker in, you could not. Why would you not want to put him in? I agree. Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons, amazing book, amazing. It was his take on it though, and even afterwards, on reflection, he said, I've said this a few times, and I think he's on record afterwards saying he'd wish he'd never written it because it was his perception of what he does, but when in actual fact, it's not the same as what he actually does. So, but there's a lot of people there who coach and use it, and look, experimentation's great. That was his way of doing it though, and he was changing his grip. He was different after his car crash too. But Fleetwood, a foot short, online, in the jaws. Brian Harman, looking a bit smug there on the tee, Brian Harman. As Radar says, no bailout on here. Birdie par birdie he's had though in the last 3 days. 9th hole, 2-2-3. Straight at it. This guy, bit of a draw normally, isn't it? He's thinking 4-iron, 2-2-3 in these heavy, damp conditions. He's cut it in. Oh, just misses the trap. Soft bounce, stays on the dancing surface because, again, he's clubbed it up, hasn't he? There, he's clubbed it up, played a cut. It's the equivalent to the old fairway finder. Teeing it down, squeezing it out. Stracker. Booyaka. Jason Day. Come on, Young. Look at that flat. Oh, he's about to snap it over his knee then. He's leaked it out right. Oh, my God. It stayed in the heavy stuff as well. And he's got a bunker to go over. The only saving grace is he's got a little bit of green, but that's a terrible, terrible miss for him there. because he's got a bank as well after the bunker on the line to the flag. So, ooh.
Going along steady, forcing everybody else to try and move up in position. It's impressive.
There's the old fairway finder off the left, fades it in. And I mean, with his technique, there is nothing breaking down, and he just finds that fairway. It's something we can all learn from. Have you got a shot you trust? Have you got a fairway finder? Can you play that cut, swing? And some of us play that anyway, but well, that was a very clean strike. You notice no divot, picked it off, very clean, shallow with a long iron into 16.
He's in there somewhere.
It's a good cap day for Ricky. He's got a strong cap game, that lad. Oh, he's nearly boxed it. He's 2 over though. He's on his way out. He's got his mind on his flight home. What film he's going to watch in first class. Do I have the online coaching and platform is in the making. We filmed all the videos, Andy. Won't be long. Mike, the Himalayas. I've heard about the Himalayas. They sound awesome. And yes, come on, Rambo, George. He's fighting, El Grillo. Fist pumping. Get in there, son. 7 guys on 6 under. Look at all those guys there in the crowd. And they're all there. We all love it, don't we? Look at them in the ponchos. They look like they've been on the log flume at the at Alton Towers. Get him, Rory. Boom. He's 6 though. You don't put it past him. But can he do it?
At some stage, a lot of golf left to play for Brian starting the day becomes not a lot with a lot of lead, and thoughts have got to become more difficult to manage.
Oh, it wasn't as bad for Cam Young, but look, the tricky coming out of that long rough, he didn't have to go over the trap. Actually, he was running it in, but he'd got three different grades of grass coming out of a thick one. Onto second cut, running it through onto first the green, and then up an hill onto a flat spot and then down. I mean, he'd left himself a nightmare, to be honest.
And not wearing any waterproofs. That's more of a stop instead of a march.
Homer
Big old backswing.
smashing it in. Closer to Manchester than Liverpool there with that putt. What's happened to Hovland today? Yeah, good question. Gone quiet.
PGA Championship in 2022. That's been his best finish. So on track at the moment to just about crack the top 10.
Birdie putt 9 for Harman. I mean, it's all been very calm and quiet around Harman, hasn't it? It's just saying he's a serious underdog, and also the partisan local crowds want the local lads to do obviously well, and but the atmosphere's flat. He's giving it the. But you've got to just appreciate how good he is playing and putting. Look at this. Everything. Every time he puts, it's in holes in danger. Rory looks like he's playing that. He's going for the cut. Looks a bit open for this one. 607. There he goes, little cut. What a shot. I don't know what this strike meter is, by the way. He's started it left and held it there, though. It looked like it were cutting on the tracer, but not enough. But that strike meter must be smash factor. It's got to be club head speed, ball speed as a percentage. Somehow, I don't know how. He likes it. Little kick with his foot. It was online. Oh, it's just hit. Didn't get over the ridge. Harman still leading with 12 under par, followed by a Stracker 5 strokes behind. Yes, Muzamir, yeah. It's a very solid show from Harman, isn't it? Young for a par putt. This is really to keep in the hunt. No. No. Looks like another betting slip torn up for me. Homer. Come on, Homer. Max Homer, is he? Oh, pulled it left. It looked like he was expected to move left to right, but that might have been, I don't know. He's pulled it, hasn't he? Went at it. Aggressive play. You can tell Stracker's playing aggressive because he's gone at it, drawn it, just missed it left slightly. It's pins tight left, so it's just run off left. So he's going at the pins. That boy's pin hunting. He's not playing just right to the flag and playing for it. He's going at it. But as it gets wetter and wetter, obviously the balls are damp on the fairways. You're going to be getting hotter. Distance-wise, it makes it harder to control for them distance. The rain makes it tricky. Laurie Cantor first. Strokes gained off the tee this week. What a player Laurie Cantor is. Saw some interesting stuff with Scheffler as well with his footwork on social media. People showing his footwork, and it's what he's doing in his downswing before he gets to the golf ball. That's where all the magic is. All the sliding business is great, but it's just a reaction. He's creating some real forces, that boy, and good ones obviously too. Jason Day without his cap. Sponsor won't like that. Great shot. Flag's at the back and he finished past the flag, so he's confident, went at his number. He's let his shoulders go at that one. His standard tour draw. Splits it. Look at Rory. This is second shot, 15th. It's good though, this actually. If it's a good lie, he gets it hot. It's helping him on this par 5. Can swing it a bit softer. Looked like he was chopping it out though a bit, to be honest, didn't it? Yeah, he was chopping it. He was chopping it out. Yeah, he was chopping that out. Really enjoyed the commentary. Many thanks, Andy. Just have to sell my camper van so I can afford my next lesson. Guys, have you seen the giveaway today? It's a lesson. It's a lesson. Free lesson with me. If you look on Facebook and Instagram, and there's a YouTube video gone out as well. So Facebook, guys, just check it out. YouTube. You can enter on both as well, and Instagram. There's a free lesson with me in the morning. You get a free GRFI system as well, and you get a round of Bawtry Golf Club included afterwards on your own, or just to go and practice what you've been learning with me. So what an amazing day that promises to be. One of the team might come and join you as well on the afternoon round at Bawtry. But Yeah, well over. Well, it's over 750 quid's worth. With the golf, 800 quid's worth of prizes. So you might not have to sell your camper van, Andy. You might get lucky. You know what they say? If you can't be good, be lucky. So get those entries in, guys. Oh, Fleetwood saying go. Must have caught it a bit. Oh, only 10 yards short. Probably just didn't catch it, did he? Also, our workshop down in London, if you've not seen it, down in London next month, doing a run of 3 one-day workshops. If you can get along to there, the venue looks amazing, Golf Groove, and really looking forward to doing these 6 places maximum. Jason Day's just missed it left. Yeah, so we've got the workshops in London, which is hopefully maybe going to be something we do in the future as well. So we're just trying these new things out.
Every shot's a big shot at this part of the tournament, but this feels really important.
Par putt. Nice putt from Ram. Solid stuff. Keeps things ticking over. Still in the hunt. It's just the turn, isn't it? It feels like we've played nearly a round already. That's great from down there, from Stracker.
Roaring Grillo, 15. This is the third for Emiliano. It's 9 on. 5 from the right of a clue.
Business end of stuff.
Sticky line.
I'll be getting off in a bit, guys. Any questions you want to fire at me? I'm going to let you watch this in peace and quiet with the commentators. Look at this, blind. So he's not seeing this. 212 to the front, 223. Green soft. Uphill slope.
Short right. If you push it, it makes its way down in the dell. So he'll need to fly this all the way right of it. That's the plan anyway. As the rain tumbles down.
Here he goes. He's going to be pulling this, starting this right, playing for the safe right of the flag, playing for the full. Oh, he's pitched it short.
Unfortunately, that's. I would have believed with a long on it should skip up, but.
That just shows you how soft these conditions are. You'd expect that to kick and run up, just as Faldo was saying, but it's so soft they can go at it. Rory, this looks a fiery one if it's sat up well. Pitching wedge from 152. Look at that. Spins it. I mean, it just shows you. Just shows you guys, doesn't it? It's coming out a thick rough, good light, fiery flyer, 152 with a pitching wedge, and it spins back. Shows you the conditions. Come on, Tommy. Roller in left to right. Ooh, good effort. Got it the old past the hole, never up, never in. Dave, not sure if the mic's placements, but the atmosphere seems really flat. Yes. Mike, can I smell roast beef? Yeah, it is a Sunday roast. Come on, John. 11th hole, 402. He birdied it yesterday. Can he bomb it down the middle? Oh, 4 left. Has he double crossed it? Went for the cut. Oh my God. Oh, that does not look nice. Homer, similar place. Sorry, not Homer. Young, big pardon. 206. Now that is looking good, but 5-iron, 206. So sometimes these guys bomb it like 230 with the 5-iron, don't they? Just shows uphill lie, damp, no run. These guys, I mean, we're talking carry though, so uphill lie, damp. Didn't even make it the 206.
Stayed up too much. Yeah, surprising.
So yeah, Dave, it does seem a bit the atmosphere is a bit flat, but I think that's what Harman's doing to the golf course, because everybody wants the locals, everybody wants it to be exciting, don't they, with the chasing pack, and they're going to be cheering any kind of shot they get that's any birdie now from the chasing pack is going to get roared. Once the atmosphere starts to change, if it does, then things could get a little bit nervy for Harman. But if he keeps them quiet, then all he's doing is ticking holes off. It's a different game plan, in it, for him. 12 under. Still being fairly aggressive, but conservative with it, as I mentioned earlier. Whose swing do I like or prefer, Rob? That's a great question, thanks. Who do I like? I mean, I like them all. I think they're all great golf swings. Of these guys on here now, I mean, look, Rory McIlroy, you can't not like that golf swing. But I like Young. I like his golf swing. Fleetwood's, of course, his class. They're all brilliant. Brian Harman. I mean, Harman. What a golf swing! I mean, he's. He thinks straight, and a hair right to left in it, but he's overread that. Easy to start over reading putts, isn't it? Reading too much into that, looking too much at the putt. Thanks, Bill. Terrific prize we're offering. Thank you. Make sure you get yourself entered in there. Easy to start over reading, and then erring right or left. It's the old favourite. That looked a bit chunky from Young. That chip looked a little bit heavy. He's bubbling. And Rahm is up to his knees in grass. What's he going to do here? 150. Oh, look at his stance. Looks like he's sat down. This guy can get some hand speed. Oh. Oh. I think that's helped him in that sprinkler head. I think it's helped him because he can drop it, just as I think Beamer said then. He can drop it on the green. It was off into running, going into the runoff. Harman, it's just give yourself a sniff at it, 2-putt, and off ski onto the next.
It's so good for Harman. No one's making any birdies out there and not chasing him down. There are no noises.
So 10th goes out, 11th comes back. The 11th hole is a tricky one. Look at this. Oh, he nearly boxed it again. Next hole, these holes now, it's 11, 12. Can lose a shot or two if you're not careful on them. 187 to the hole for Straka. Just left. There's a little bit of a brow there to the flag, but what a shot from 187. Someone said, "Where's Hovland?" Here he is. Tom, here he is. He's level par. Oh. Shout out to Denny. My mate Denny Lucas over in Florida used to coach Hovland. Coached him as an amateur into the Masters. And obviously the US Amateur and Masters. And Denny's an amazing coach. If you're out in America, guys, check Denny out. Oh. Homer's just hit an absolute ratter left. That guy is in the burger van there. Oh. That was an Ian Baker Finch.
Big putt here for Cameron Young.
Thanks, Johnny. Worth every penny, though. Rob, yes, some right spin. Cam old that, I think. Cam Young's just old that. I think that's just saved his putter and saved probably his caddy's job and everyone around him from a helicopter with the putter. His caddy's not even looking at him, not even making eye contact. He's just mumbling to himself. Good morning from the US. Your knowledge of the game is beyond reproach. Pretty cool idea. Just wish I could watch it with you. Just doesn't appear to be televised at the moment. Oh, Johnny, Crypto Coiner. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Johnny. Hope you're well. See if you can somehow stream it. Obviously legally, of course. Par putt for the Harmanator. Apparently he hates it. The Harmanator. Solid. Just nudged it in. Get in there, my son. Little one of those little looks he gave it. I think that's the Harmanator being excited. That's him jumping out of his skin, giving it one of them. His Homer out of bounds, hole number 18. Not sure. Tommy. Oh. That said everything, didn't it? Deflated. Rory, come on. $265 to carry the trap. That's not bothering him. No point even mentioning that. He is like way more than 265 carry. Left side of the fairway as well. That's a quality golf shot. Ricky with the cap game. Be nice, wouldn't it, Birdie? Getting back to level for the tournament. And he does it. Level par for the tournament. Well done. Homer didn't hit another tee shot, so I'm guessing he's inbounds. Maybe it's not out of bounds on the 18th. He's just got to hit it out of the burger van.
You're watching the Rolex Hour, exclusive coverage of the Open.
It's the Sky Sports Rolex Hour, guys. But for us, it's the GRF Casio Hour. Don't get too posh around here. I had to save that for that one. I knew at some point Nick Doherty was going to pull that out, the Rolex Hour. It's just something for the guys in the US. It's something they do here when there's no adverts. So I think Rolex must sponsor it for, essentially it's an advert, isn't it, for Rolex, but they're paying, I guess, all their advertising fees. There's no adverts for an hour. So, Straka, I mean, that guy is striping it. What do you think of all the Rory hype? All the Rory loving? I'm very kind of impartial, to be honest. I think he's amazing for the game, Rory. Thanks for your question, Ev. Yeah, he's amazing. All that kind of live stuff. Look, I don't agree with politics in sport, so it's obviously part of it, but we've got to try and stay out of that and just focus on the sport. That's why sport brings everyone together, no matter who you are. I think that's an expensive Casio, not like my digital one, Rob. Trust me, it's a very, very inexpensive digital one. So I actually bought this because if you've had lessons with me, my lessons often run over, as you know, pretty much everyone. And I was teaching at the Open on the swing zone, the PJ swing zone. So I used to coach every year on that and the guys are still on it, a lot of them, and they're amazing coaches. If you are at the Open, or if you get a chance to go to the Open, the PJ offer 15-minute free golf lessons. And I used to be on that team going to the Open. So I went to Troon, Carnoustie, Port Rush. Amazing. Hang on, it's Rory in his awesome beige gear again. Second shot, 16. Giving it one of this. Is it hanging on? Stay there. Oh, gone. That's why I was giving it that. Stay in. Because he's turned her over a bit. Just shows you how good he is. Like Nick Doherty's saying, not in his A game, but he's there or thereabouts. He's always so good. He should just win so much more, major-wise. They're quiet. Is that a good thing, though, for Harman, the Harmanator? Oh. It's in the thick stuff a bit on the left. Homer. Not to be for Homer, but great showing. Top 10 in a major is like obviously amazing. So he obviously wasn't out of bounds. He just chopped it back into play. So yeah, I used to go on the swing zone coaching. Used to be amazing. So I had to buy a watch, by the way, Rob. So I had to buy a watch so I could stick to my 15 minutes per lesson. That was the one I bought. I think it was in Carnoustie. I bought that. Went down to a Lidl or somewhere like that. It was in one of those bargain bins, you know, in the middle aisle. Love scouting through those. I've been looking for some unique items, you know, stuff that you just never think about, and you always end up coming away. You fill your trolley with these things that you're just probably never going to use. They're only $2.99. Some kind of like toolkit or something that you're never going to need. An inflatable, whatnot. Won't go into that. But yes, definitely, yeah. That was the swing zone was awesome. Then PJ do a brilliant job with the RNA. It's the RNA swing zone in combination with collaboration with the PJ. It's brilliant. This year, there's the guys who I used to work with. Alan Bradshaw he's down from Bootle. He knows Tommy Fleetwood really well. He's I think coached him as like in junior coaching or something, but he was at the same golf club, Bootle Golf Club. Knew Tommy. Alan's amazing. And then you've got some other guys. I used to coach with Pete Ball on that. I used to coach Danny Willett, Pete Ball, as a junior. Oh my God, Rahm's giving it some. He's directing the aeroplanes on the runway now. And then there's, well, I mean, an array of top coaches. Here's Cam York, second shot, 113, little flick, little nice soft wedge, dead arms, just don't get aggressive with it. Look at that for a golf shot. So Kev Capelhorn from down south, he's there.
Second shot left. Quite got over that, I don't think, before he had to go up there and hit that putt.
A few of the guys, the names, they'll come back to me. But they're all fantastic. Sarah Bennett, Dave Bartlett. Follow Dave Bartlett on social media. Dave's great.
I tell you what's even more frustrating, because when he wants to hit one close, he can. Doesn't he?
Cheers, Marcus. Loving the commentary so much better than the Wayne Radar Riley. I love Wayne. Love him. But thanks a lot, Jay Golf Nut. I appreciate that. Well, I can't remember. It will come to me in a minute. I'm having a mental block, but I'll mention you guys from the PJ swing zone. It's awesome. They're awesome coaches. Alison. They're all amazing, and they work with the Golf Foundation too.
Good back nine for him so far on this backside. Let's count the pace. I want the line.
Oh, Grillo. Harman. It's looking very, very favourable, isn't it? So,
it's hard to make something happen, and Brian sort of getting to the point where
and these guys on Sky Gap, by the way, you cannot believe how hard they work. I mean, when I was working with Zen with the green stage there, we were at Birkdale, and that was when we first went out there. That was unbelievable. It's like chaos. Follow Zen Green Stage on social media, on their Instagram. There's some behind the scenes stuff. Craig's done some stuff. Craig Flawless Fox, he's done some stuff. He was part of my team and part of the Zen Green Stage team. You'll know Craig, Big Hitting Craig. Works on the social media side of things. Craig's a really improving golfer in his own right. He's down to like 6, but he's done a behind the scenes thing, and you'll see the chaotic state. It is literally chaos. And then as soon as the camera boom comes in, it's like action, and they're all off. Cat lights, camera, action, and suddenly they just click into a mode. Nick Doherty's got a screen there. He's been watching, chatting, having a cup of tea, seeing what's going on, the earpiece, telling him what's going on, and then it's as if he's been watching it all day, which they are watching it, of course, but they are showing you things, and it's literally off the cuff. But these guys are super professional at what they do. They are like, it's a clockwork operation. Look at this. Smashed it out. Impressive with all that water in it. Looks good. Just shows the quality, the power they're getting through impact is unreal. We're losing ours here, and these guys are storing it and using it later.
I mean, it's your week in a nutshell. That's your week in a nutshell right there. I mean, and that's a raw little smile. And yeah, 2 holes to go. And he was
2 holes to go. He knows.
Big putt for Cameron Young. And it needs to be the start of something. And it's going to be. Yeah, normally on Sunday you can start playing the man, can't you?
They are.
When you've got elements like this, you just got to.
Yeah, Muzzamir. Brian Harman is looking good, isn't he? Sharma, that's nice. He's had a bit of an up and down, hasn't he? Yesterday was a bit, just started to fizzle out a bit. Didn't quite kick on. Looking cool today.
I was just going to ask you, man, that would be a scorecard that you would love to see.
Spieth with his overlap, with his cross-handed, giving it the old not this week look. Not to be. Why me? That boy normally he can grind it, can't he? And a great first round, 69.
Social media. A 73 to close for Jordan Speed, not the week he was hoping for.
Just so 12 under, 7 under Stracker, Grillo, Fleetwood. So you've got to be John Rahm's only. He's only level par for the day. Level par for the day. On the 12th.
Great to see you out here. I mean, just describe to us the atmosphere.
It's amazing that everyone's behind Tommy. He's done absolutely fantastic, and you know, there's nothing left to choose.
So yeah, guys, any questions? They're just must be on an advert break or something. That's not an advert break. It's the Rolex hour that they're interviewing some guys. So the Rory hype, Ed, yeah. To be honest, I think he's. What's my current room temperature, Marcus? Just curious, Jason. It's warm enough for a beer, but cold enough for a cup of tea. I don't know, 18, 19. I've told Helen to keep that eating down. Yes, love you too, Jace. Thanks, mate. So yeah, look, it's all to play for. This is very exciting. It's often what's the most important exercise to keep off my video lessons with Sam Jonathan. Who's winning, lads? 0 factor. It's Harman, 0 factor by 5. Fleetwood second shot into 14. He's 6 under. He's third at minute. Tied. Oh, he's getting. Oh, look at this. Boom. Fleetwood. This could be a little Bosch tap in. Birdie. Jason Day, birdie, 13. Is he going to make it? It's got an uphill putt, right to left. Skim the right edge of the hole. And giving it one of them. How did that miss? We all know that look, don't we? We all know that feeling. 1-3-2 to the flag today on the 17th, which makes it a little bit easier for him. They're all kind of hitting it that distance yesterday when the flag was like 125. So they've moved it on 7 and they're all pitching it further. So it's a bit more favourable today. Harman is safely negotiating his way around this golf course now. That bunker, there's 2 bunkers tight on the right there. Fairway cambers in a bit as well, but he's towards them, but he's negotiated that well. Rory on 17. How good would it be if he could box this? Pin eye left, spins it back to pin eye. How's Sambo? He's good, thanks, Jason. Just been having a bit of time off, but he's good. Rahm, birdie putt, 12. Needs this to get the crowds up and running. Up and get the motor up and running and get the crowds going. They just can't get going, can they? Which city are you doing your live broadcasting? I'm at home, Retford, near Nottinghamshire. I don't know if you're able to hear got Sky TV on. I don't know if you're able to hear the golf or not while I'm talking. Stracker, birdie putt from about 30 feet. Again, speculative. There's a bit of hope in those, isn't there, when you hit that one? Looking at the routines, guys, I often say from a coaching perspective, look at how they're looking. Look at so Kim's there looking in his posture. So he's there and he's looking like that. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He's in his posture. And if he's trail eye dominant, more rotation. So you might have to come up a little bit. But it's like you don't want to be moving too far away from where you're setting up. Tommy's missed it. Pushed it. Salt and peppered it. Yes. So in the posture, when they're setting up, look at the waggles, look at them moving. Talked about in a couple of lessons this week, when they're setting up, you'll see them moving. They've got this momentum here with this talk. There's a rhythm to this, and then they're looking, and the feet are working, the club's moving. There's a chain. Everything's moving. You're getting that feedback of where you are in space with that momentum, whilst you're creating that momentum, and then there's a flow there that you can start to use. Then they'll settle, and then you can see it. There's a flow they're creating, and then they can sense that, and then they can use that in their action. Grillo, can he hold that from there? Just didn't break, held up. So rain must be quite bad because they've turned the caps around, so it's not dripping off the peak. You're in Sunderland, Muzamir. Oh, Jonathan, you're in Muzamir. I'm in Sunderland. What's the most important exercise you keep up off your video lessons with Sam, Jonathan? I'll speak to Sam, but wrecking ball is the one that most people should get really good at. It's a given. You're already back home in Kuala Lumpur, done with your studies. Well done, Muzamir. Strokes gained, Harman. Oosthuizen in putting. He used to be my banker bet, Oosthuizen in majors, particularly the Masters, for an each way. Harman, 138, 12th hole, second shot. 9 iron. So it's like a nice, easy 3/4. Just left it short, left a little bit, but only a few yards. He's just peeled it back onto the fringe. So he's got a uphill putt from a short range. Nothing that's going to kill him. Rory for birdie. Can he make it 17? Makes it now. He needed these earlier on. Six under. I mean, 3 under going out. Really started to build up some steam and then gradually just slowed down. And Hovland, it's got to 1 under Hovland now. 187. Knocked it stiff. So class him as 2 under. There's Young. Needs something extra special. Needs a hold shot or something like that. And he doesn't like it. Left it out to the right. Hung it out there. Short right. Ram. 187 on the 13th, par 3. Cutting it in. Bunker on the right. We play left of the flag. Look at that. Finishes it. 4 foot left. Pin high. If you could look at this. Slow-mo swing. Hands so far forward. Leg extending. He's working back. Hands are forward. It's like, it's what you want there. For power and a strong flight. A little bit wide, but pin eye for Jason Day. McIlroy down the last. Looks left. Or is it left? He's just hit someone on the back. Guy's on his phone, and he's just hit him on his back. He was left of the of the spectators on the left-hand side of the hole. But the good thing is it'll be flat down there. It's like it's all been trodden, but it'll be way back. But Stracker's bombed it. That was frozen rope from Stracker then. He's definitely a Ryder Cup contender, that boy. Everyone looks like they're having fun there in the gallery. Like drowned rats. No longer young, no, Muzamir, I've given up on that. Cameron Young up the hill. Can we put a smile on his face? Oh, he thought he got it, I think. Misses just right edge. Muttering to himself. Just looks like he's going through torture. Internal torture. Grillo is flowing. Grillo is grilling it. And then straight down the middle. Smashed it. Brilliant. What a performance. If he sees it home, he's top 5 in a major. Brilliant. Mike, doesn't seem like much wind out there at the moment. Should be good enough for target golf, not enough birdies. Totally agree, Mike. It's they're trying so hard. You know what it's like when you try too hard and they're just willing it, and maybe sometimes trying too hard, but they're getting opportunities. But they've got to take them when they come, haven't they? It's the old cliches, but that's why they're cliches. I think, here we go, Rahm. If he can hold this, gets to 7, he's not been lower than 7 today, but if he can get to 7 and then kick on a little bit, he's on 13th. He's got plenty of time now. I say plenty of time. He's got enough time. But it all depends what Harman does. He's hold it, so he's done that bit. He's ticked that off. That's what he needed to get done. Now he's got a chance. Only his second birdie today after 13 holes. I mean, you'd never believe that, would you? Wet conditions, like you said, Mike. Target golf. John Rahm, you'd think it'd be eating that up. Tom Kim. Tonking it. Out the rough off the left. Slides it off that trap. Onto the green. Front of the green. Pins at the back. It's a long putt, but it's... He's got power, that guy. It's absurd how easy Stracker strikes the ball. Love it. Yes, Rob. He's real good use of his momentum. It's Brian Harman there. Knocking it up was online, but just below the hole. It's just playing steady away, isn't he? He knows. They've got to catch him. Rahm needs to put some pressure on because he's to get a bit of a lid. Give him a number in the clubhouse to actually give him something to think about. Stracker, beautiful use of his momentum, his mass. He really does. It's the wrecking ball style action. That's me when I get to the hole 9-7 over. Try too hard, drop shots, gained in 2 holes. Yeah, Jonathan, it's trying too hard. And suddenly that rhythm, like that Stracker rhythm that you're seeing, where he's just using his mass in a very, very efficient way. Not getting aggressive, just timing. It's like that perfectly timed cover driving cricket. Oh, Sharma nearly.
Time for 51st is best finish in the Open. That's about to change. Fabulous week.
So, guys, if you've just clicked on or you've not been, if you've just not seen earlier, check out the giveaway that's gone out. And we've got the London Golf School coming up, 3 days of one-day workshops. Just looking forward to that at the golf group. It looks amazing. Already there's 6 places each day. I think we've only got a handful left. So that's really looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing. And we've got the giveaway that's been released today. So free lesson. Just follow the instructions on the details on the social media channels, and you're in with the shout. Can't wait for that. That'll be a great day too. A lesson, a free GRFI system, and a game of golf. Rory's
some golf being played.
Here he is.
All the factors involved that they're having to deal with out there. Good quality golf.
Gary Woodman was the other side of the fence, went for a low and whacked it into the fence. I think it was round 1. So just get this one in.
A bit tetchy. Nice to see some people without the phones there in the moment. That fence would be bothering most of us, I think. Woodland hit it, didn't he? Well, gripping down it. Oh, he's just playing for position and getting out there, leaving himself a good number. So these guys are just leaving themselves a nice number. Talking to Foz, obviously, about stuff like this, and always used to try and leave themselves. I mean, obviously, Brad McElroy's out of position here, but when they're in position, par 5s and things like that, leaving themselves nice numbers in with wedges or short par 4s, or always trying to leave themselves a number they're comfortable with, something you can practice. Just wondering when you're coming to Ireland. We're looking at September, Jay. Jay Golf Nut, thanks a lot for that, mate. We're just putting the schedule together. We're going to release it in the next few days. And we're looking for September in Ireland. Looking at probably a 3-day golf school. So can't wait for that. Can't release any kind of info on the location or anything like that yet. It's all TBC, but it's pretty much in the bag sorted. So we've got to just get it finalised, and you'll be one of the first to know. So, guys, let me know if you want to. We can sign off very shortly. You'll be there. I look forward to it, Jay. That'll be amazing to have you with us. There'll be myself and Foz and another coach. And we're limiting these golf schools now to 6 people. So what we're trying to do, guys, is give you the personal experience, and it's going to be 6 maximum per golf school. So we get the best kind of opportunity to spend the most amount of time with you and give you that personalized one-to-one experience. The bigger numbers are fantastic, and we still get personalized experience, but there's only so much we can do. And even with a bigger team, which we take on the bigger groups, personally, I want to bring it down so I get more time with you, and that's why we're doing that. And we're going to see how it goes.
First pull we've seen for a while.
Oh, that was a big pull from Harman. Pin high, though, and he's missing it the right side. Look, these guys know what they're doing. He's not leaving himself short-sided. That's the first prerequisite. Do not short-side yourself. Geez, it must be cold. Sarah Sturt's got the woolly hat on and the waterproofs, and Cameron Smith looks like he's swam there.
A solid week, I think. I didn't make the most of my opportunities, unfortunately. I missed a ton of short putts, and didn't hold anything of length either. I feel as though the
just having an interview, guys. If you're not actually watching it or you're struggling, they're having an interview. Cam Smith's just come off the course and just showing you how it's that persistent rain where it's just it soaks you through. It's spitting, and looks like he's just a drowned rat, basically. Just shows you how wet it is out there. It's negotiating the golf ball, isn't it, in these conditions? It's all distance control. Like Harman has been awesome with his distance control. He's pulled it, right? He's pulled it 20 yards, 25 yards right on this hole. But he's pin high and he's got all the green to work with. And he's just got to get it over a ledge onto the green, let it run. So he's giving himself maximum opportunity. Young, nice shot in. Still hanging in there.
He's at 7, was to get to 8, but more realistically, just stay at 7.
Kim has got one from another county, but it's a birdie put on 16. And he's played a beauty into the dustbin lid. Tap it in. Off you go. What amazing green reading from that distance. I mean, you see more of the green, you see more of the slope from that distance, but Stracker has bombed it. Dublin, yes, Jay. Stracker's knocked it in. If it holds up on the fringe, Piney's got a chance. Nice. Rory, can he make a bit of a grandstand finish? Give him something to clap about. Coming in third shot from 199. What's he hitting? 7 iron. He's set himself up for a draw, and he's set it off just perfect, right to the flag. Nice chance. It is throwing it down there. It is absolutely throwing it down. Tommy. What a golf shot. Fired it in low, one of those low checkers. Notice on the low spinners how left they finish for the right-hander. Rotating the body. It helps to keep it a very shallow arc.
The key to me today was chipping, was pitching. If you just knock it up to kick-ins.
Here's Harman. Just coming out the semi-rough. Well, thicker rough, to be honest. It's I say thicker, their semi's quite thick. Bumped it in. There's a bit of a guesstimation going on, but the guy's amazing. He's knocked it. It's a missable putt, but he's clever around the greens. He's just very businesslike. That's what you'd say, I think, about his game. Lockhamar, I see. You mostly go to Galloway. I think probably you mean Galway. I know what you mean. It's just a typo. You've got an office there, right? And Lockhamar, Harman needs to keep grinding. Yes, he does. Absolutely. Ram on 14, 180, second shot. Gone left. He's waving his wand again to the left. Oh, he's gone into the thick stuff. Oh, that's a massive miss for someone like Ram. Massive miss. Just not really happened for Young. There goes my betting slip in the bin.
Remember those for the rest of his life. Obviously, that's a great recovery. Being 2 over for 2 days in a row and getting it back. This has been a
Oh, you meant Callaway, Lockhamar. You go to see Callaway down there, right? You've got.
I said, what? He said, as you go in, he said, yeah. I said, wow, this is pretty brave, isn't it?
This is a chance for Stracker.
His birdie must have had trouble off the tee.
Nearly.
These chasers need birdies.
Harman for par. This is the 13th. This could be. He's missed it. Bogey. Wow. But Ram's just knocked it in the absolute shite. And so Ram's now could have took advantage, but bogey there from Harman, 4-shot lead. You just don't know, do you? Grillo's got this for a birdie on the 18th. For the clubhouse lead, 30 footer.
much to it, maybe about a cup outside right.
They said cup outside right, and it was left to righter. So left to righter. Hello, Louis. You all right, mate?
Yeah.
Just watching.
What are you doing?
Just watching the golf, and I'm just chatting to everyone. Say hello. Say hello. All right. Look, they're all sending messages. You see. Just watching this. I'm chatting to lots of people out there on social media. Right, are you going to leave me? Yeah, say hello. You're live.
What does that mean?
That means they're watching you. I'm going to have to get back to this now.
Are there any cameras?
No, these are the cameras. Cameras are here. Look, we're on. Can you see?
I mean, that.
No, not that one. Right. Off you go. I'm just live.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
See you in a bit, mate.
Dad.
So, guys.
Come on out. Come on.
So,
Let's go.
so, family just saying hello. Hello, boy. Yes, Muzzer here. Thank you. That's Louis, my son, and Helen, my other half. So, Mike, hello. How you doing, Mike? Jay, saying hello to the fam. Galway City, you men. Yeah. Galway, beautiful place. I've got family in Galway. Or Galway. Galway it is. Yeah, beautiful place. Played it as well. Christy O'Connor was from there. So, guys, Ram just chopping it out the rough. Hopefully, was trying to get a bit of a release run down there. Looks like he's going to drop 1-2 and not take advantage of that drop shot from Harman. If Kim could knock this in on 17 for birdie and make something, oh, he's just skimmed it right, just missed it. 8 under and then a birdie down the last or an eagle, and then there's something for Harman to think about. At the moment, nothing really. But yes, it's starting to tighten up a little bit. Let's see what this is. A big tee shot for Harman now. So Harman, he's parred it every day. 4.59. There's a few gone at OB internally, but he's absolutely smashed it. So I think that puts that question to bed. Absolutely tonked it. Notice how their rhythms stay so consistent. That's the thing, Harman. There's no, even though he's been waggling like a magician a million times, although have you noticed it's got less and less and less? As he's got more comfortable, you could see it in his demeanour, but his rhythm, nevertheless, is always the same. It's not getting twitchy, fiery, speeding up, changing his sequence. He's always keeping that smooth rhythm going. So the routine, it's the pre-shot routine that's really important. Keeping that pre-shot routine consistent, starting behind the ball. It's like a run-up in cricket. Getting that right. Oh, right. Just misses his par, not taking advantage. Mumbling to himself, chuntering away. And you can understand that. Missed opportunity. At this moment, it's like it all, they say the Open, don't they? It all comes down to this. That's their advertising slogan. Well, it was last year. It all comes to this. Was McIlroy making a birdie down the last? No. Not to be. He had a good week last week. Still played well. Got it going, didn't he? 68. Great score, but did Harman's ball move on 13th? I'm not sure. Not sure, Lockamar. But yes, guys. a lot here going on in the last few holes. Can Rahm just get some momentum going, pick up a couple? It's like any sport, it's confidence, isn't it? Get that confidence going. Doesn't matter. You could chip in. You could be playing rubbish, chip in, and you walk to that next tee as if you've been swinging great all round. And you're on that next tee, and you're swinging with confidence, and then it's like a kickstart, and you're off and running. You go into that. It's the adrenaline, the emotions of it. The emotions influence that rhythm so much, and just boxing that 30-footer. Suddenly, you go to that tee and you're swinging the club with you're swinging it with a completely different club. You go with the driver, and your swing feels so much better. And your mindset, you start looking down the fairway and you're looking for where you're going, not where not to go. These guys are picking out. They're so particular on the start lines, and they know the shot shape so well. It's boiling down to that regular shot shape. Have you got a shot shape you can trust? And if you have, do you practice it? Do you practice your shot shape? There really is no other tournament like this, is there? I mean, when you get a runaway leader, it does change the atmosphere of it, but it's still the same coming down that closing stretch. They've got to see it over the line, haven't they? Just adverts at the moment. So any questions, guys? Harman, yeah. Muzamir, yeah, it's Harman. It's going to be Harman, isn't it? Unless Rahm can pull something out the bag. It's not the first, it won't be the last time. But can he do it? Like Mike said, there's not much wind out there. It's target golf. Here he is, 15th, playing for the cut. And he's smashed it. That is an absolutely awesome drive. Most of the guys who've been cutting off that 16th tee haven't been able to cut it enough, and they've all hung it down the left and kept it too tight and then ended up left. And he's slung it in beautifully. So he's got a nice, he's got his pecker up. He's going for it. He's really feeling like it's a last chance, isn't it? Last chance saloon to go for it. Kim's just checking his swing. Little look and then react. There, another look. Started it two straights, cutting. It's all right there. It's going to catch right side. He's all right. Look, just right half the fairway. He's fine. Looks like he'll hang on for his first major title. It does, Lockermore. It does. So the 14th dog leg up the hill. This is a tricky golf hole, this. But he's played it beautifully off the tee. The bunkers are well placed, but he's played it into perfect place. 3/4 punch shot. How often do you practice them, guys? And he's left of the flag. Safe, playing for the landing area. How often do you play 3/4 shots, practice them with a shot shape that you're going to trust, and then on your golf course when you're under the cosh, you've got that shot. Stracker's got and knocked it close. He's pushing, Stracker.
That was his second shot down in front of the walkway. I think he was in a bit of trouble off the tee.
That was his big mistake on that.
Jason Day's hold it. Lap of honour, and in it went. Give it a quick wave. Ball gave a wave and in it went. Bingo golfer. I've got a question off topic. If you go back into golf 10 years with it, within 4 months, shot a 68 level par at your local club with the same clubs from 10 years ago and playing off 4 handicap. Jordan, the local lad. What an open that boy's had. Should I get a fit in? Should you get a new fit in? After 10 years and in 4 months, you've shot a 68 level par at your local club with the same clubs from 10 years ago and playing off 4 handicap. That's a great question. And so, good question there. You've come back to the game after 10 years with your old set of clubs and you've gone and shot 68 level par and you used to play off 4. Should you get a fit in? I'd say yes. Well, no, not yes. Sorry. I'd say yes, but you've only just come back. So I'd get your game back into shape. Obviously, it's in good shape, but you don't know where it's going to be in the next few months. It might be better. You might be swinging better than you've ever swung having that break. You don't know. I'd say give yourself some time. They're obviously performing those clubs. You might not need to change, but it may be give yourself a few weeks to get back into it. If you're happy with your game, go and get a fit in and see. Just try it. There's no harm in going and having a fit in and don't have to buy. So Stracker is Jason Day as well. Harman here now. So Harman's got the just trying to put this, I guess, it's a 40-50 footer. Oh my God. He's just boxed it. He's just boxed it. And that birdies 15. Signed, sealed, delivered, I think this. He's got to have a serious catastrophe for anything to give anybody a hope. It's fist pump, little, give it one of them again, didn't he? That's him losing his Tommy. Oh. Yeah, that's Harman losing it when he gives you the old It's very, very good. Solid play in it. I mean, in this, Young's just lipped out. That guy's ready for helicoptering that putter. He might not need a flight home. He's just going to throw his putter and tie himself to it, and it'll take him all the way back home. Stracker has got to 8, so he's hanging on. He's giving Harman something to think about. Harman's lead is ruining the final round. Fans come to see a show. Lockhamar, yeah. But you know what? Brian has been number 1 putter from day one. So confident, Mike. Yes, you're absolutely right. You've got to take your hat off to him. Tip your cap. Young Jordan, what a display. 4 under for the tournament. I mean, brilliant for that lad. It does really create some stars, the Open, doesn't it? And some future champions, and it's that springboard. Matthew Jordan, well done, mate. Soak it all up on the 18th. It's what you practice and play for, isn't it? Well, I don't. These do. Harman is definitely in control of his emotions. Yes, Mike. He's just an ice cool. It's just an ice cool operator, isn't he? Or ice cold, if you want to say that. He's just so solid, and he's kept his emotions intact. Going to be interesting to watch him how he reacts. Like when You see a lot of them after, and then finished after 18, and then it's over, and the realization kicks in, and it's like now they can let the pressure valve go, and you see him just, all that floods out. Might be interesting to see if that happens with him or not. But yes, Lockermar, you've got to just, I know what you mean. They come to see a show, the fans, but you've just got to appreciate good play and see if the rest of the pack can hunt him. I mean, look, he's having his little waggles, getting his flow, and he's hitting absolute beauty. The strike meter, what's the strike meter doing? It's 84%, whatever that means for Sky Sports. No idea, but it must be better than 70, but not as good as 90, so whatever that means. John Rahm, third shot, 15th.
It's not the longest, but by hitting driver, he's been able to stick to the same clubs all
nice. Played the safe line, just left of the flag. Didn't want to. You've got to carry it all the way to that flag because if you just push it slightly, or if you go for the flag, you've got to put. It's like there's hardly any landing spot right to the flag, and there's a drop off just short of it, so it's left, and you hit it on the right line. Just didn't quite get the right distance. Straka needs to knock this in. Spin back. Come on. Oh, he is. On 17, Straka's spinning it back over the pin. Knocks that in, gets to 9. Birdie or eagle down the last. 10, possibly 11. That is a question for Harman, isn't it? That is a question. He has come out. What a tournament for Straka. I mean, brilliant. But you can't. Jason Day is 7 under on the 16th, so he's. And Ewan Murray's quite rightly saying every time someone's asked a question of Harman, he's come back. He's been the consummate professional in that, hasn't he? He's come back. He's dealt with it. He's responded, and this is what golf's all about. So you watch. Hopefully you watch the coaching channel. I know a lot of you guys who are commenting and stuff. And you're seeing golf swing stuff all the time generally. But this is the game. What we're seeing is the game. This is the emotions. This is performance. So you're only seeing the form of performance when you're watching me. I mean, you are watching a level of performance, but you're probably critiquing form and linking that to performance. Obviously, you're seeing the strike of the ball and things like that improve. You can hear it. The lessons have an effect that you can see, the emotional change. You see lots of stuff going on. But what you're seeing here is what you experience in a game. And the range is like a game. It's a game within a game. And it's very much linked. And that's why we're always trying to make it representative. But you can't replicate this. No matter what you do in your life, you cannot replicate playing now in this Open. So for these tour players, how do they replicate that? They can't replicate that in practice. It's like it's experience of getting themselves into these positions, but also imagining it and playing it through the mind. And they've got a routine they use week in, week out, and testing it. Does it stand up? McIlroy's here, just having his post-round interview. Just going through all his, as we all do, the hard luck stories. Looking where we could have picked up.
You can see out there the conditions are pretty difficult and tricky, and it's just hard to make it. You can make a few birdies here and there, but it's just very, very difficult to go 7 or 8 under. Like
it's just saying that if you're watching it,
try to make a charge.
It's been tricky, difficult conditions, very difficult to get to like that 7 or 8 under that was needed. So interesting, Mike, although there didn't seem to be much wind out there, just very tricky conditions. The wet changes things so much.
Didn't feel like I had my best stuff at Oak Hill and pieced it together and finished 7th. Just had a great chance at LA, didn't quite get the job done. And then, this week, if it weren't for one guy, I'd be right there. So playing well. I can't,
he is, he's playing well, isn't he? McIlroy, he's thereabouts. I mean, we're so we're such critics. We love we're golf enthusiasts. We love the game, and he's thereabouts all the time, McIlroy. And credit, I mean, when you're that good and you're there all the time, we kind of take it for granted, and the standards are so high that he sets. But we know we've seen him what he's capable of. Muzamir, it's 12:30 a.m. in Kuala Lumpur. Good night, Marcus. Thanks for the live update. You're very welcome. Thank you, Muzamir. Thanks for watching, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you all, guys. I really appreciate you watching. Goodings, Fleetwood. I know, Simon. I know. Disappointing, isn't it? Trying so hard as well. Everyone's behind him. You can feel it. But it was just flat. It just never got going, did it? And it just... He was running on two-stroke all week, really. And you've got Brian Harman there running on the old V, the shell. Special stuff. V power. I mean, knocking it through the back of that green, it just sums it up, really. It's just... But again, that's the wet. I mean, he was off the tee, though, that, to be fair. Not a wet ball.
Get it over off a tee peg? Get a flyer off a tee peg? Wow.
Faldo's just said that. Just must be listening to me. Must be watching, Faldo. Are you getting your commentary tips off me, Mr. Faldo? Sir Faldo. Yeah, off a tee peg, dry ball. You wouldn't expect a flyer. These guys, I mean, this one, Tom Kim out the semi, Flyersville City, and divot to the left. Not always indicative of exactly what's going on, but probably trying to cut it a bit, take a bit of spin. Look at that, straight at it. Checks it out the semi rough off a wet lie. It's like, these boys are so good. JC, Marks have to go. Hopefully see you in September. Be lucky. Cheers, Jay. Hopefully see you soon. Armour's just played a banana shot in there, curved it in left to right, run it up there with some shape. Get it up there. It's now, he's nudging it. I say nudging it in the loosest term, loosest sense of the term. That is, he's able to nudge it round now. Fleetwood's chopping it out. Epping Forest here. Jason Day, close but no cigar, but very good. Trying to just get a shot a birdie where they can make it. This is oh, Tommy, this is disastrous. Still in the kind of waste bunker at the back. Chops it out. He looks a beaten man, doesn't he, Simon?
Looking to finish his championship.
Come on, Kim. He's under it. He had a chance for a birdie and under it on the last to post 8. But to be fair, Stracker's on 8. If he can knock this in, get to 9, chance down the last, give himself a look at it. We've got some kind of game on.
He's got a tough team. He said, "Get out there, get on with it." Thanks for the sympathy, but
We've got some kind of game on.
celebrate with a big bag of ice.
So Tommy out the thick rough, uphill lie. Not a lot of green, but it's an uphill lie. But it's really just his mind's somewhere else probably now. Run it down. He's still got a 5-footer left. He's obviously still trying as they do every shot. Brian Harman, 130. Looked a big divot that. And look at that. 6 foot, left of the pin, perfect line. Come down on it.
Yeah, you've got to stay in that good groove, haven't you? That good rhythm. Keep going.
Bit of a 3/4 punch. Yes, Mike, I fear for Europe in the Ryder Cup. All the live crap is bound to cause a few relationship issues that we could do without. Oh, Stracker's missed it while I was looking away, Mike, and I can't believe it. That was our only hope, I think, of giving Harman something to think about. But yes, it's all the live stuff. I mean, like it or loathe it. I mean, Tommy's missed that as well. Tommy's it's just crumbled on this hole. It's just probably all that just trying so hard. He's there to win. He's not there for second, and then it's just tumbled down. But yes, all the politics, and I'm not into the kind of politics side of stuff, and it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be part of sport, should it? I mean, it's unavoidable, I guess, especially with things like this. But I don't think the live stuff. I think the media play a part there to really kind of hype it up. I think the players are they all recognise why each other's gone to it, and they all respect each other. I think the media hype it up, but I mean, I can just see it. I'd love to think we've got a shout, but I think it's you've got to say the odds are heavily in USA's favour. So I can't see the bookies giving much on America. Sharma, third shot into 18. Must have had trouble off the tee. I can't remember what he did, but he's quite a big iron shot that. But he's played a beauty, checked it up. Little release, but he's about 8 foot behind the hole. What are your thoughts, guys, on Liv and the DP World Tour and the Ryder Cup?
South Africa, over in the Far East, brilliant final rounds to take 2 titles very quickly. And lost his way a little bit. He's shown us once again what a fine player he is.
Come on, Day. Jason Day. Spin now. Lovely. So he's spun it back. Shame it wasn't quite online, but he's got a shout. He's got a shout, hasn't he? We just want to see some kind of pressure on Harman to see what happens and to create some spectacle. Something down the last few holes, so not everyone's still watching and not took a beeline to the beer tent 3 holes before it finishes. Want to keep everyone watching. Hopefully on the edge of the seat. Birdie putt though for Harman. Played a great shot in there.
A really nice cushion. He's got 4 at the moment. Striker, so back to that 5.
He's rolled it in. 5-shot lead. Yeah, eyes and ears. Harman has ruined it for everyone. How dare he? I know. You gotta give dues where they're due.
Holding was right, plodding his way through the puddles, but coming up with all the answers. A little close up.
That spaceship he's using. Dustbin attached to a broom handle in it, and he's knocking them all in. Rahm just couldn't seem to get past that 7 under, could he? It was needs to hold it, Rahm. Spin, run off, just he could chip in. I guess he might. I don't know. I guess he might chip that actually, because as it's wet, they're all putting, and it's so slow, especially on that when they're putting over a brow and back onto the green. Stracker's gone left off the tee. All playing well. Harman's been solid, hasn't he? I mean, He has the eyes for the greens. Great player this week. Well deserved. Bingo golfer. He does, yeah. You can mean Brian the Butcher, Lockhamore, yeah. He's the Harmanator, isn't he? Got new caps, the Harmanator. He's giving it the right again. He's just not. He's not broken a smile yet. I want to see if his face cracks on the 18th. He's whipping it around like Zorro on his waggles. Look at the overview now. It has been a masterclass, to be honest. Always cut it. Follow through. It's giving away. Is it bunker? Oh, he's all right. Can't reach the traps. Yeah, Fowler just talking about St Andrews when Woods didn't go in a bunker all week, just playing to the distances. Harman's not got the length that the other boys have got, so he can still go driver, and he's just short of probably the big sucker traps. So it's like right on the landing numbers. So it's plays into his hands really, that. But look, someone's advantage is someone else's disadvantage, and at the end of the day, best players win. Best player wins, no matter what your game is. It's adapting, isn't it? That's the name of the game. When he wins, how many amateurs are going to add some more club waggles? Yes, bingo. There'll be some. The physios will be doing well with the wrist injuries over the next few weeks. There's a possibility that Harman doesn't have any spare balls. Is there a possibility that Harman doesn't have any spare balls in his bag? Mark, you've been listening all the way, haven't you? Maybe, you never know. But we don't want to see him DQ'd. We want to see him lose now, to be honest. I think that's a career wrecker, isn't it, if you lose from this position? Here he is. Straka Khan. Oh, he's about 4 yards from the out of bounds, from the internal. Oh, that was heart in mouth stuff. Oh, he's putting it up there. Probably going to be short, though. It's so slow on that fringe with the rain. They've got to bash it so hard. But then when you hit the short stuff, and generally the green's a bit drier because it's sandier and gets treated, it speeds up. Because the greens might be a bit dry, you see. They're getting walked on as well all the time.
We're asking a lot. You're asking guys to pull off magic and fireworks. It is horrible out there.
It is a horrendous day. It's probably played into Harman's hands that it's so bad that he's got such a lead he can just use a game plan around there. But this does show how well a consistent pre-shot routine makes under pressure. Yes, bingo golfer. Absolutely. It's the process, the regularity, going business as usual.
He will be back at the Open Championship in 12 months' time. A great week for Alex Fitzpatrick as well. He's enjoyed some high moments out there.
Alex Fitzpatrick, 2 under. What a tournament for that guy.
The top 20. Certainly one for the future. Rivalry with Matthew will continue. 67, what an effort from Tom Kim. Left himself too much to do with the first round. 74.
Well,
68 from Grillo and McElroy.
just selfish to lead like this, Harman. I know Lockhamore has spoilt everyone's fun, hasn't he? Spoilt all our fun.
See a lot more of him, I'm sure, in the major championships in the future.
It's coming to a close. It's after the Lord Mayor's show, isn't it, really? Harman might be walking on the 18th. Everyone's gone home because they'll all be in the open arms, the Stella tent. 213, 16, second shot. It's business as usual for Harman, isn't it? The Harmanator. Is he going to do it?
just under it.
He's a machine, isn't he? So it's going to be
Set on a plateau there on the right back.
nice uphill lie. It's going to be perfect.
Can't see him making a mistake now. He does. He was on the right side.
Oh, he tried to give that some, didn't he?
A bit of body English on that one to help it along.
And it's running up onto the green. The guys, yeah, incredible performance, Lockamore. Jonathan Pierce, yeah, Jonathan, he's quids in though. Pro golf is about prize money. Exactly. It's, look at that swing.
The ball clears well, doesn't he?
Looks, so he's got a swing, they're playing it slow-mo at the minute. He's got a swing that looks like upper body kind of, but when you look at his lower body, the way he's using his feet, you can infer how he's using his feet and pushing. Fires that. You can see the rotation from the ground, see his right leg extend, hip rotates. Sequences, obviously, they all sequence amazing. So, but you can just see how he's keeping his movement going all the way through the round, keeps his tempo, keeps his sequence. Everybody makes bad swings now and again, but the level of consistency in their movement is, their repeatability is so good. Tommy reflecting, middle of the fairway, hands across, arms folded on his chest, just reflecting, and a missed opportunity. What could have been? Rahm on 17, 132. A bit lower this one, 87 feet. Pulled it left a bit, looks like. It was 87 feet apex. There's been hitting about 110, 112. Bit low and left. Yeah, he pulled it, he just said, I think, to his caddy. So it's a bit long and left. Not miles long, but it's not what you give it. You know, you wouldn't be, it's not in a putts gained region for putting that. Jason Day, this 18th hole, 609. Oh, he's played a beauty. Straight down, a little bit of cut. Absolutely on the money.
From that starting position. Way back, no release. It's a whole weekend of damp stuff. Each year you come back into the Open Championship. You still get the
So, guys, let me know if you'd like any more of this kind of thing, or with some of the other team as well. We can always get the pros on, the real playing pros, not just the coaches, but the coaches as well. If that's something you'd be interested in, that'd be great. Can always do that for you guys. Any suggestions, let us know. We're all ears and eyes. So we'd love to know. Don't forget the giveaway that's gone out. Tonight's video is going out in 10 minutes as well. There's a nice tutorial for you tonight. Out on YouTube. And also the golf schools in London and the workshops, the one-day workshops, they're going to be fantastic. It's a new, just a new type of workshop we're trying, and with again small number. Stracker on the 18th, 104 yards, wedging in. Hedgehog of a divot. It's going to check up. Yeah, it does. A little bit of spin on its last bounce. Just right to the flag, but a bit short. Quite steep into the ball. Punching it in low. Thanks, Mike. Love the insights. Thank you very much. If you're interested in more, we could always do this and on a Saturday or Sunday evening on some of the tournaments, some of the US stuff. Any kind of podcast, anything, any topics you want us to cover? More than happy. If you'd like to see me and the team around a table and chatting, chewing the fat, that's that'd be great. We'd just like to know what kind of topics you'd like us to talk about, really. But there's members platforms coming soon. Excited for that. The golf trips, lots going on. And of course, guys, you know the link's in description if you want to book a lesson. So check it. The link's in the video description if you want to book a lesson with myself or one of the team. We're always there. So you come and see us up at Bawtry. And guys, we've got loads of good golf courses in the area for you guys who are traveling from further afield. So a lot of people stay overnight and tie it in with a bit of golf as well. So Harman, 16th, birdie putt. I'm going to sign off in a minute. I think it's just a procession now. What's happening with the members platform? Yes, Jonathan. Yeah, everything's filmed, edited, just ready to put it out there. It's just sorting out how it's all arranged and things like that with the developers.
The Americans dominant. Switches follow through. That's what's been so good this week.
It wouldn't surprise if he knocks this in from 42 feet. Look at that, left to righter, and he's a foot left of the hole, and from 42 feet. The guy is phenomenal. So you've got to take your hat off to him. There's the Prawn Sandwich Brigade up there in hospitality behind the side of the fairway. Only jealous, aren't we? Can't beat a bit of hospitality, but to be fair, I'd rather be in the thick of it down there on the ground. But then pop into hospitality for a bit of snap halfway round. Alan, how is Foz? Is Foz back playing? Alan Clark, thanks, Alan. Yeah, he's away on holiday at the moment, but he's back. In fact, he might be back already. He's back. He's playing. He's not played for a while. He's played on our trips, and he gets himself back into playing form pretty quick. So, I'm just watching Ram. One slid by there. So yeah, he's. We'll see when he gets back and what his plans are, but he's very much getting ready for our schedule of trips for the autumn and the winter. We've got some fantastic venues on the schedule. Foz will be very much on form for those, and hopefully that's going to spiral things for the playing as well. So we'll see. But he's fortunate. Touch wood, his back's okay, and he's got to just take things steady. And with an injury like what he's had, the road back is fairly long, and he's got to take his time, and he's got to be very careful. But he's doing so well, and he performs so well on the trips. I mean, you really do see he's a class act. So it's going to be fingers crossed. Yeah, he's back playing very soon. But thanks for that, Alan. Appreciate it. I'm sure Foz will appreciate that too.
Yeah, 2-17, and he's got sole possession of second. If a big word and spoke. Disappointing in some ways.
So, Stracker, what could have been again? He's got a bit of my haircut going on there, but he's trying to hang on to it. He needs to shave that, doesn't he, really? Just accept defeat, mate, like me. Is Foz back playing? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thumbs up, Alan. Thanks, mate.
Iconic scoreboard. Looking a little gloomy through the evening mist. Brian Harman manages another part.
So, guys,
and it's such a handsome lead.
It's all over, innit? If anything happens, I'll come back on. But I think it's all done and dusted. It's been awesome. I really appreciate you guys who stuck it all the way through and put up with me rambling on for a couple of hours. It was only supposed to be an hour, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Guys, take care. Take care. Keep in touch. Keep your eyes posted on the social media stuff we're doing across the platforms, lots of giveaways. So keep your eyes peeled on those. We'll keep you posted all the time on what's going on. Lockamar, thank you. Everyone, enjoy the rest of the Open for what's left. Harman is obviously, it's a procession for him now, but we've got to just clap and respect what a performance that was. I mean, leading from the front all the way to the end is awesome. Mike, thank you very much. I mean, not a lot of golfers could do that, I don't think. The mental strength is unreal and the game to match. So, yeah, we can all take a leaf out of his book, can't we? There's something to learn from that, big time for all of us. Jonathan's, thanks. See you Thursday. Alan, cheers. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Guys, I'm going to sign off. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening or wherever you are in the world. Enjoy the rest of your morning, day, or evening. And we'll see you soon. Cheers, guys. Take care.
Champion elect. 12, 15 feet left of the flag, something solid.